Because we're live, ladies, gents, boys, girls, children of all ages. Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Trivia. I'm your host, JPO Jordan Pierce Owens. There's a great match going on between my two cats off screen. That's a battle worth watching. But we got a battle worth watching here as well in the trivia arena. First of all, to my left, maybe you're right. I still don't know how these things work. He's a princess. You've seen him before. He's defeated Boone and also other people when they don't show up. It's Josh Johnson.
Nobody ever gets to see those wins, though, because they never get recorded. But hey, I mean, let's go. I'm here. I'm ready. The world's getting somewhat back to normal, so let's do some trivia.
All right, and his opponent with the rocket behind him, you know him from the wrestling world as maybe a professional wrestler. Let's see if he's a professional trivia guy, too. Shut up, I didn't have much time to think about it. Justin Matthews.
You know, you got it.
All right. Gents, you know how the game works. 20 questions involving the world of movies. All right. Tom Hanks starred in Da Vinci Code. Well, you didn't know what game you were playing?
I played both, so I'm just like, all right, like, apparently this is what we're doing now.
All right. Now, we got pro wrestling questions here for you. My first question I ask you is, who defeated Shawn Michaels for the WWF Intercontinental title on the first ever title change on Raw? First time titles ever changed hands on Monday Night Jordan. Raw, Monday Night Jordan.
I'm not sure I spelled this right. I'm in.
I'm in too.
And Johnson, what you got?
He killed a guy, Marty Jannetty.
What you got, Matthews?
I went with also Marty Jannetty. Oh, I don't know if you can see that because the
Yes,
Rocket's
indeed.
so
I saw it for a hot second. I'm gonna need some help with both of your answers here later on because they're hard to read, both of you.
Dang it.
Number 2, before becoming Too Hottie, what was Scotty Too Hottie's WWF name?
I'm in there.
I'll give you a hint. It was basically a normal name.
I got it.
Oh, Matthew's quick to the draw as we are still tied at question 2.
Oh, man. I have the first part.
I
know, the first part's the easy part.
That part stayed the same.
I don't know. Did it? Because I will be a stickler.
Yeah, I only got the first name.
All right, well, let's do you first again. Then what you got?
I got Scott.
Okay, he had Scott. Justin, can you finish it?
All right, I believe his name was Scott Taylor.
And Matthews gets the lead currently with 2 points.
Yeah.
Scott Taylor, yes, indeed. Before they were too full, they were too much. Him and Brian Christopher. Number 3, we all know Pat Patterson, RIP to the legend, was the first WWF Intercontinental Champion. Can you name the second Intercontinental Champion, the man that took it from Pat? Coming up, another Pat Patterson question.
Dang, I guessed and probably spelled it wrong too. But
watch the Da Vinci Code. I didn't know there was a man's full-on buttocks in the film. All right, Josh, are you in?
Yes.
Justin, what you got?
Like I said, I went with a guess, and I guessed with Ken Pantera.
Ken Pantera. I got you. Josh.
Pedro Morales.
Actually, Justin Matthews. So far, perfect game. Good guess. If that wasn't, we'll let you know. The last name was a little off, but I know you had the right human beings. I'm gonna give it to you.
I hope I know my Intercontinental history if I got the damn thing tattooed on the back of my leg. Okay.
All right. Then who's number 3, 4, and 5? No, okay, we'll get there later. Well, maybe on the other leg, do you have the 24/7 title tattooed? Because I'm gonna ask you.
No, I do not. No, but it's our truth.
I mean, do I gotta go get mine? I've got mine like right in the corner.
Is it right there?
Yeah, legit. I've got my 24/7.
I just want to see it.
Hold on.
And the answer might be our truth. So hold on, though.
I want to go get my Intercontinental Championship. Sheesh.
No, I'm more. Oh, that 24/7. Oh, okay.
I got my social media title, but then of course, my AMP 24/7 title. I'm on my 5th defense now, and I've got plans for this. You just got to be there, in January at the next AMP show. We'll find out what happens with that later.
I've held it. I'm looking to be a 2-time champion for AMP, so just saying.
Yeah, I'm like up to 5 now after this latest acquisition, but this is the past, and it's gonna die.
You sadly in AMP history, you probably have the most reigns as a champion.
Yes, I do.
All right, number 4. Speaking of a 24/7 title, who did Patterson defeat? Pat Patterson to win the 24/7 title. This was on a night where many people held the title.
All right.
All right, Josh Johnson.
Gerald Briscoe.
Justin Matthews.
I also went with Briscoe.
You got who took it. Wait, hold on. You got who took it from Patterson, but I was asking who did he defeat?
Oh, Kelly then.
No, again, you're jumping ahead. Kelly took it from Briscoe. I'm looking for Drake Maverick, actually.
Oh, dang.
Good old Drake Maverick. Drake took it off R-Truth, who then lost it to Patterson, and lost to Briscoe, lost to Kelly, and then you can keep going. Speaking of Drake Maverick, what was his name in TNA?
I'm in already, bro.
Oh, damn.
Wheel send me those vibes. I'm feeling them now.
It's going to be another horrible outing for me. I can see.
Hold on. We're only 5 in. Your batting average is still good. Oh, you in?
Yeah, man.
Oh, what you got, Josh? I didn't see you right. Sorry. You're a
Rockstar Spud.
All right, what you got, Justin?
Rockstar Spud.
Oh, wait, hold on, Justin. Hold on. What do you got?
Rockstar Spud.
Is that a P, my friend?
No, P.
Is that a P?
STAR Spud. No P. Where's there a P?
Spell the second name.
STU. Oh, I put a D.
No. See, that's that. No, the problem is it's not stud. It's Spud. Josh gets it.
Dang it.
Like potato. Like I know this because I bought my daughter, who's like coming in right now for like her little.
I thought I heard a girl. Hello.
Time to shine. I bought her a Mr. Potato Head that's a rock star, so we named it Rockstar Spud.
Yeah, Spud, man. You're so close. One letter off.
Dang.
This is why you need children.
Four.
So
get them into what you're into, then it'll be easy.
1 point ahead. Let's go back to the 24/7 title now. Now this is a numbers game, closest without going over. How many times has the 24/7 title changed hands up to this date? And I'm talking every time. So every time R-Truth won it, every time Mavericks won it, so on and so forth. So give me a number, and so whoever wins is who's ever closest without going over, or whoever goes over the least.
All right. I picked a number.
Yeah, I got a number too.
All righty. Mr. Matthews, what number did you go with?
I just picked 104.
104, Josh.
74.
Oh, you undershot it, Josh. It's 128, so Matthews gets the point. 128 times already they have flip-flop. I mean, you gotta remember, man, Marshmallow and Gronk and other newscast people I can name.
See, my theory was like R-Truth held it on to at least 37 times.
He's in the 40s now.
He's in the 4. Well, okay, that shows the last time I watched Raw. But anyway, that was my whole theory. There is at least won it and lost it half the amount of time.
I was gonna say, well, that's more than half there's more than other. It's more than just half more people held it, I guess. Number 7. Who was allegedly fired in WCW in February of 1998 for shooting on Goldberg? Allegedly fired with WCW in February 98 for shooting on Goldberg. This was during a match where he was uncooperative to a degree. And it's allegedly.
All right, I'm in.
He's in like thin. After this, some more William Regal questions, by the way. Okay, what you got, Josh Johnson?
That was my guess, William Regal.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm glad I said that afterwards. What you got, Justin?
I both names, Steven Regal, William Regal, whichever.
I talk too much. All right, you both get it. after you wrote it down.
Good thing, right?
Man, that's probably the worst one I've done yet. All right, number 8. Speaking of William Regal. Sorry. All right, let me gather myself here. He held the WWE Tag Team titles with 3 different partners. Can you name those 3 partners? 3 different human beings William Regal has held the tag team titles with. Again, the point will go to whoever has the most. So if someone has 3 and the other has 2, or if you both have 3, or if you both have 2, then you both could walk away with a pizzoint.
All right. I'm in there. I like swimwear.
Yeah,
But I don't know if
Yeah, I've only got one of them. So,
Ah.
so I got Tajiri. That's it.
All right, Matthew.
Never even thought of the jury. I picked Booker T, Eugene, and for whatever reason, Lance Storm. I don't know why.
You picked him because it's correct. Except for Booker T, you were right, Justin. So you do get the point. Lance Storm, Tajiri, and Eugene were the 3 possibilities. Yeah, between the 2 of you, you both had all 3. Number 9. Here's an interesting one. So listen to the question. What was the first WrestleMania main event where both men wrestled under their real names? So start thinking about your mania. So
Real.
First main event of WrestleMania where both men, it's a one-on-one match. I'll give you a little bit of a hint there. Where both men were wrestling under their real names. So Hogan versus Warrior would not be him. Although, wait, technically, Warrior.
Yeah, I mean, technically.
Well, still, okay. Hogan's not real, so.
Is he?
I've never heard of him legally changing because I mean it's still Nick Bollea and no, is it Brooke Hogan? I don't know, whatever.
His name's not Hogan. It's Terry Bollea and then Warrior.
Yeah.
Still, anyway, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make sure you get the question.
Oh, damn. That's a hard one.
Yeah,
Shit.
because you got to go through like every single main event. And then as soon as you get one guy who, like, okay, I know this is the guy's name, then you go to his opponent and you're just like, oh, well, damn you.
Dang. I'm just going to like skip way ahead for some reason. I don't know why.
Could be.
Hey, take your time. Logic. I'm still thinking.
It could be good logic. I don't know. I do know, but I won't tell you. Unlike the William Regal question where I told you. Up next, the world of movies, by the way.
Oh, there's one I always get wrong.
It was a main event, right? We're looking for the main event.
First Mania main event. Both men. Real names. WrestleMania. The last match. Before it ended.
Well, I mean, because nowadays there's like 25 main events.
Oh, we'll like CM Punk said it back in the day, which is the truth. There's one main event.
It's the last match. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, period.
The multiple main events thing is just them trying to overhype the card, which I wholeheartedly agree with.
There's only one time ever when it's a semi-main event, and that's when I'm second to last.
Exactly. Only Kirk Matthews are the professionals.
Yes. But I'm in. I got an answer.
All right, Josh, give me something, man.
Yeah, I got nothing, so I'm just going to take a stab in the dark with JBL versus Eddie. I don't even know if it main evented.
No, it didn't, so I don't think I can give that to you.
He was on the card, but I got nothing.
What do we got, Matthews?
I went with Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar.
And the point goes to Justin Matthews. Yes, it was not until WrestleMania, what is that, 19? For 2003, Brock versus Kurt, because every other year, Triple H.
Yeah, like there was a time before that where the two guys actually had their legit names, which would be Brett and Owen, but it wasn't the main event.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there were several other matches too. I was asking about the main event. Yeah, I'm sure that's not the only Mania match that had real names. I don't know. It'd be fun to look up, but yeah, the main event of first time because again, the main
What?
event of '94 would technically be Bret and Yoko. Doesn't count.
Yeah.
You know,
And
Not
then
Bam Bam Bigelow doesn't count. Shawn Michaels doesn't count.
It's
Undertaker.
his real, but it's just flipped. His first name is actually his middle name, and his middle name is actually his first name.
Who?
Shawn Michaels.
No, it's Hickenbottom.
yeah,
His
it's
name-
Michael Sean Hickenbottom.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so last name's Hickenbottom. Nowhere his current name is Hickenbottom. Someone should be something Hickenbottom though, just to pay homage.
At this point, with the way the indies are, there's guaranteed to be a Hickenbottom
There's
somewhere
gotta
in
be,
the.
right? Yeah, there's gotta be. All right, Justin Hickenbottom coming to RPW.
That's right. Hicken top.
Number 10, speaking of the world of movies, as I mentioned to you before, who is featured in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows?
Dang, I thought that was going a different way. Shadow. Damn.
Now this one, I think maybe Josh. I feel like you
I
might-
know this one. I've got
Ah.
3 of the action figures.
Ah,
You know, if you would have asked about the Super Shredder, that would have been a different story.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've asked that on this before already. Lift
it wasn't on a show that I was on because I used to go to TNA and bring Super Shredder signs just for Kevin Nash.
Damn. Honestly, I have no idea. I never even watched any of the newer Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles. I
They're
can't
actually the last one where there was TMNT was really good. They were giving like Michelangelo was the one to give everybody the nicknames. So like Bebop, Rocksteady got their names because they drove in a van that said Bebop and Rocksteady's DJing.
Matthews, what you got?
I don't know. I'll just go with.
Oh, you didn't write anything down. Cena. Well, I can't see the answer literally.
Oh, you can't
Johnson.
either. So
Now for the correct answer, fella, it was Sheamus and he played Rocksteady.
Yes,
you're right.
Sheamus.
Like I said, I had to buy 3 of the damn action figures because I'm a Rocksteady fan. And when that movie came out, there was the original package, a second release packaging, and then I had to have one open for my Rocksteady
wow.
collection. Yeah, I collect only
They
Rocksteady
love-
from the
they
Ninja
love
Turtles.
people like you.
Oh yeah, but it's the only character I do it. Like Rocksteady is the only Ninja Turtle
Mm.
character that I collect. Like I don't
I see what
collect
you're saying.
really anybody else. I'll just collect him because he's my favorite. I even have a Rocksteady cosplay that I can throw together.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Next
Sounds
answer is
elaborate.
David Arquette. I know a lot about.
All right, number 11. Here's a fun one. Who is the only man to defeat both Goldberg and Gilbert with the world title on the line? Obviously, these were separate matches.
It's a great question.
Only one man has this claim to defeat both the mighty Goldberg and the mightier Gilbert with the world title on the line.
All right, I'm in.
Matthews is in.
All right, I'm in.
All right, what you got? What you got, Matthews?
Guest Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash, Josh.
My guess, because a world title is involved, there's only one man who puts his title on the line against everybody, just so he can, say he beat everybody. Triple H.
Josh Johnson nails it. Triple H is the correct answer. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it was like a SmackDown in 2000, maybe something like that, and then of course Goldberg was like on a pay-per-view. Because I don't think Nash and Gilbert would ever make sense time frame wise.
I threw it out there. I know Nash beat him with the taser, at Starrcade.
Yeah, but I'm talking Gilbert.
Yeah, because the two never had a
follow that
time.
Time frame doesn't line up,
I never even knew he was in a world title match. I knew he was like lightweight champion.
I totally forgot until finding that question. All right, number 12. Who is the only person? That's another fun one. The only person to win a WWE title by defeating himself in the match. I'll give you a hint. It was a tag team match. There's some shenanigans going on. So he's the only person to win a title by defeating himself in the match.
have no idea at all.
Throw some hints out there. In 25 minutes, Omega's on Impact, and I want to see it.
Here's a hint. It's not Omega.
Might
Yeah.
be. You remember all his WWE title runs.
Every last one.
And also, too, just a clarification. I didn't say title. I didn't say a world title. I just said a title.
Title.
In case that helps.
I'm just going to take a silly guess here.
All right. Guess
Those
it
are
up
always the best.
while we shoot
Yeah.
to Josh Johnson.
That guy, Cody, I don't know if I can say his last name, Rhodes.
No, he can now.
Cody
So he
Rhodes?
can too.
Okay, Cody Rhodes.
Justin, what you got?
Dang. I just guessed because I love how funny he is. Crash Holly.
Josh Johnson is making a sneaky comeback here.
But in that
Point.
match, it was Hardcore Holly.
Oh, yeah.
Hardcore and Cody went in as tag champions.
You're
Then
right.
Cody switched in the middle of the
Dang
match
it.
to join Teddy and became tag champ again.
Teddy had a mystery partner. That mystery partner was Cody, and yeah, Cody defeated Cody to win a title that he already had.
I just watched that like a couple weeks ago too, like on Facebook or something.
I actually heard Hardcore Holly's theory about the whole thing. He said the whole thing sucked.
It is kind of an odd like rules thing when you think about it, but as long as I don't hate it because it's never been done again, which is good.
Hey man, we have bent the rules a few times to win a few matches, Jordan. So you know.
Hey. When we do it, it makes complete sense.
I mean,
'Cause
if
we
we're
win.
talking about bending rules to win matches and stuff,
Yeah,
I
it's just
mean,
the
I still
manager
got
with
the
two titles.
hardware. The champion of managers,
Well,
not the
speaking of
manager of
things,
champions.
speaking of things that are in your house, Josh, here's an Ultimate Warrior question. I ask you, what was Ultimate Warrior's final match against? Who is the last person? It's just one guy. It's a one-on-one match. The last person to have a match with Ultimate Warrior
Is this like in general, like ever?
ever.
Or just
Ultimate
okay.
Warrior's final match ever. Up next, we have another final match question. I double dipped.
And it was
Alright.
probably going to be on some indie show in like Australia.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually right. Justin, what you got?
I know he's right, but the only thing I can think of is the last stint I remember is when he did his little program with Hogan during the Halloween Havoc thing.
Yeah.
And go off.
That's what I got too. Is
Well,
Hogan.
I guess you guys weren't in Italy in 2008 when he fought Orlando Jordan. That's right. Orlando Jordan has the claim of the last ever opponent. Now, I'd have to double check, but yeah, I think you are right. Hogan was his last match in '98, and he did nothing for 10 years until that one random ass match in Italy with Orlando Jordan, and then nothing ever again.
Yeah, because that's what's going to get me to want to wrestle. Hey, you want to wrestle Orlando Jordan?
I
No,
know what it
trust me.
was. I know
It was
not-
probably the
I wouldn't
payday.
Exactly. Like I was gonna say, you can maybe argue it's not an indie show because it's one of those weird shows that like it drew a lot of people, especially with Warrior. So
We're talking about the guy who made a 1 of 100 action figure of himself
I'm sure
just
it
so
was a
he could
beautiful
make the
video.
money.
Yeah. Number 14. Speaking of final matches, who was Ric Flair's final match against? Again, we're talking ever. And if you guys both agree, I can give you a hint.
What's the hint?
It's only if Josh agrees. You okay, Josh?
Yeah, I'll agree. Yeah. I'll
Okay, it's
go with
not
it.
Ultimate Warrior. No, the real hint is this isn't TNA. This was televised on TNA.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Well, I don't know. He also did that Hulkamania tour and whatnot. So just letting you know, this isn't as obscure. This is live on television, and it ended up being, I don't know if it was planned, but it ended up being his very last match
right.
ever. Until next year when he wrestles in Saudi Arabia. I really thought they were going to do Hogan and Flair for Saudi Arabia or something. Felt like they were teasing it.
In a geriatric match.
Just really slow. Flair would still bleed though.
Oh yeah, of course.
Matthews.
All right. I went with Jay Lethal because he better watch our match from the Comic-Con.
Yeah, Jay. He might have actually. I wouldn't be surprised if he did because you guys fought Azrael and.
He worked his students, and if he pays close attention, he might notice a few things.
All right, Josh.
I picked Mick Foley.
Both are good guesses. Both are definitely in that last series of matches. But funny enough, it's also the men that ended Nitro. It was Sting. Yeah, they had a nice little one-on-one match, and Flair never wrestled again. Number 15. Who is the only commentator to have called a WrestleMania, a Starrcade, and a Wrestle Kingdom? I dropped my marker, so don't get any more right because I can't write it down. Okay, I got it.
All right. I'm in.
Josh Johnson, what you got?
Barbecue loving JR, Jim Ross.
He does love himself some barbecue. Justin Matthews.
I also went with good old JR.
8-7. 8-7 as we go into our last 4 questions.
Who's 8 and who's 7?
5. Oh, good question. 8 for Justin. Justin still has the lead. He hasn't lost it, but man, you're coming close. Number 16. Can you name both the members of Private Party of AEW?
No.
Or even one of them?
I honestly cannot. I can't name most people from AEW, to be completely honest.
Can you name a first name, a last name?
No.
Neither first nor last of any of them, Justin.
Nah.
All right, Josh, if you give me even a first name of one of them, I will give you a point.
The worst part is like you got everything going through your head, but never their fucking names.
See, I'm sick. I know it. Come on.
Yeah, you actually pay attention.
Although, if you were to be like, which one's which real quick, I haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I know there's the one with the blonde mohawk who wears the coattails.
Yes.
And then there's the other one who wears the shorter outfits who looks way younger. Like he looks like he's
I think I know the difference. I think I know the difference.
Point them out of a crowd, but I couldn't tell you what their names are.
Yeah, like I could pick them out of a crowd, like, but that's wrestling, isn't it? Like after a while, just at points, they're just guys. Like,
all right, Josh.
Yeah, I can't think of them.
Oh man, all right. Well, no points given that round. Still 8-7. I was looking for Mark Quinn and Isaiah Cassidy.
And Quinn, Quinn. I knew that. Dang.
Yeah, now that you say it, I know it. But you ask me in 10 minutes, I won't.
Nah, I'll forget.
17. That's another fun one, I think. Who was the first wrestler to win a main event at WrestleMania where his age was lower than the WrestleMania number itself?
All right.
Yeah, I got my guess.
What you got, Josh?
Randy Orton.
What you got, Justin?
That's also my guess, Randy Orton.
No, I was looking for a new proud papa in Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah. See, we got up in the higher digits now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why, because obviously, Hogan wasn't 1 when he won WrestleMania 1, and then even like Brock Lesnar, who was young, was 19 or whatever.
Hey, the jury's still out on how old the Ultimate Warrior actually was.
He was older than.
He came from parts unknown. I mean, you don't know. Look at freaking Grogu. He's like 50, but he's like a toddler.
All right, so this one could be. It's kind of obscure, but if you know your wrestlers, you might be able to figure it out.
We're fucked.
Number 18. What recently released NXT star wrestled for over 3 hours in 2015 for charity?
For charity?
Mm-hmm.
Recently released
NXT star wrestled for over 3 hours. What?
How recently?
Oh, okay. It's up to Josh. Would you like me to get more specific?
Sure.
It was during this whole Black Wednesday fiasco. It was this year. It was right during the pandemic. So he was on the roster till this year, till what was that? April?
Okay. I got to guess.
All right, Mr. Matthews, what is your guess?
I went with my boy EY, Eric Young.
Eric Young, Josh Johnson.
I went with Chris Hero.
And with that, we are tied. Cassius Ohno, aka Chris Hero. You can look up. I didn't really watch it. I watched about a minute of every 30 minutes because it's long. It's 3 hours of
Yeah, of the list of guys from that Black Wednesday, there's only so many of them that would actually have the balls enough to be like, I'm gonna go 3 hours. Fuck you, Flair.
That's why I said it's obscure, but because he did it in I don't even think it was in a crowd. They had a really small crowd, and it was for video and charity. That's why I said it was obscure, but like Josh said, he makes sense when you think about it if he pops in mind. Number 19, what former WCW world champion made his WWE match debut in December 2010, losing to Randy Orton in a handicap match on Raw? The first time this WCW World Champion wrestled in WWE, Raw, December 2010, and he lost to Randy Orton in a handicap match. Two more questions, and I might need a tiebreaker. And as always, I didn't have one, so.
Dang.
These are the make or break questions of the round.
I'm on a complete blank right now.
Boys become men.
Because then I think about all the former world champions from WCW. They all kind of flooded in around that invasion period, like Steiner and Booker T and.
Yeah, when it's he's never been there and it's 2010. Yeah.
Dang. Dang. Sheesh.
Yeah. So what kind of hint do you got?
I feel like I spilled it out as much as I could with that question. I mean, I gave
apparently not.
I got nothing but letting you know you guys got to come up with something. I'm gonna give you about 15 more seconds.
Dang. Do I get a phone a brother type of thing going on here?
No.
Sheesh. Former world champion in WCW. And 10. To Randy Orton.
I'm gonna hit you with a 5, 4.
Dang.
2, 1. Want to throw some guesses out there?
All right, I go with my best guess for any type of situation like this. Former WCW world champion, I'm assuming the greatest of all time, David Arquette.
And you didn't have anything, Justin?
I got nothing, man.
Well, you should have went with Josh Johnson because it was David Arquette.
What? No freaking way.
Arquette.
Yes, my Arquette thing worked finally.
He had a match.
That being you know what? I'll pick him too, and didn't.
He had one match on Raw. It was a handicap match against Orange.
Like when they do with the special guest,
yeah.
And he wrestled, and he was a world champion, and this was his first WWE match. It's exactly what I said.
By the power of David Arquette, you cannot kill me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to question number 20, and we are at a very interesting standing point here. Justin needs this, but he also needs Josh to miss this, so we'll see how things go here. I ask you, gentlemen, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and who are the only wrestling personalities who have a star on the Walk of Fame? There's only 2. And it's The Rock and who? And this is a real wrestling personality. This isn't because there are some like there's like Drew Carey and Snoop Dogg, but like not that shit.
David
I
Arquette.
mean, like they're known for I don't know. I actually don't think he even has one, to be honest with you. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, that's not David Arquette. It's not Snoop Dogg. I'm just letting you know it's a real someone known for wrestling, not wrestling and then something else. Although The Rock.
So not Kevin Smith.
Oh, come on. Like, he's in the same category as like a Drew Carey, man. I'm just Snoop Dogg. He's made one appearance on AEW and Being the Elite.
All right. I'm in.
I'm in too.
Right, but I'm in.
Well, let's go with Justin Matthews.
I have to go with the father of modern day wrestling, Vince McMahon.
Let's go with Josh Johnson.
See, because Vince is technically not a wrestler, I went with Hogan.
Ooh, now Josh, my question was wrestling personality means we have a tie. It was Vince McMahon.
Ooh.
Never once did I say wrestler, and I even said like he's known for the wrestling world and personality.
But does Hulk have a star?
Huh?
Does Hulk have a star?
No, you fact checked it. It's only
You
Vince.
fact check? All right.
There's no Hogan. There's no Piper. There's no Andre.
And the only other person I would even think of is like maybe Macho.
No.
And now that we're in the modern era as well, Jericho is a good candidate for one.
I mean, is he? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jericho's like in my top 5 or 10. But I mean, is he like though? You know what I mean? If Hogan and Andre don't have it and Piper, I don't know about Jericho.
Well, Jericho has also managed to not only be a wrestler, but he's made it as an author, musician. You know, if you're putting Vince McMahon as as for his TV appearance and stuff like that,
well, Vince is in as a trailblazer, man. You can't argue Vince.
Again,
yeah. No.
Modern day wrestling. Wrestling is the way it is. Vince
no. I'm not arguing it with it the least. I can understand why Vince is, but I'm saying under the same merits, so is Jericho. I mean, look at how many things he does right now, like between the band, doing TV guest appearances and movie guest appearances, and being in wrestling. If anybody were to get one next week, I would go, okay, it's either going to be Jericho or Cena.
This is not a debate. All right. All right.
I'm just saying for future installments.
I will kill you, Josh Johnson. All right. I was like, oh, I'm trying to think. What kind of question?
I'm like the tiebreaker. I always get to tie.
What WCW tag team debuted under the names Kane and Cole?
Got to be an old, right? Because it's got to be before Kane.
Yes.
Oh, there went my guess.
Oh, you might have just helped him out, or did you?
Yeah, I have no idea, to be honest. Yeah. Cole.
Did you want to make a guess, Justin Matthews?
I was going to say like the Blade Runners, but I don't even think they work WCW together.
Is that your guess?
I'll go with them, but I know they didn't even work, but I can't think of anyone else.
Josh Johnson.
My original guess was Chronic.
All right. Well, I was looking for Harlem Heat, Booker T, and CJ.
Damn it.
Stupid names.
All right, fine. You want a recent one? Here's a recent one. Who did Roman Reigns defeat to win his first world title? The big dog. Impact is live in 9 minutes. Come on, guys. I've never been as excited for an Impact.
I'm in.
All right, Josh Johnson, what do you got?
I got Brock Lesnar.
What do you have, Justin Matthews?
I also went with Lesnar.
All right, another tiebreaker. It was Dean Ambrose. It was Dean Ambrose. A tiebreaker. Or I'm sorry, a tiebreaker. It was vacant. The title was vacated, and it was Dean Ambrose.
Dang.
All right. Speaking of one, probably the most favorite person I ever met, Roddy Piper. He held the tag team titles just once. With who?
I don't think I spelled his name right, but I guessed. I think I'm in.
Oh, I got it. If this ties again, I have a tiebreaker that actually will end this. I got it.
All right, I got a guess on this one. I just went with Cowboy Bob
You want
because I
to
can't remember anybody
Bob?
he tagged with.
All right, Justin.
He's probably right, but I went with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
No, actually, you guys are both about 20 years off. It wasn't until they defeated the Spirit Squad, him and Ric Flair. It was a Taboo Tuesday, Cyber Sunday, one of those.
That was actually one of the guesses in my head, and I was just like, no, they were cool with each other, but they never teamed with each other.
Yeah, they held it, I don't know, about a month or so. All right, guys, here's the tiebreaker that will end this because I highly doubt you guys will get this all the way. Here's how it's going to work. The Royal Rumble 2020 happened 1 year ago.
Okay.
I literally have all 30 names in front of me. We're going to go back and forth naming the entrants. Now, first, decided who goes first. Josh, I got a number in my head, 1 through 10. What do you got?
17.
Justin? Wait a minute.
Well, no, he said 17. All right, he said 17. I'm going to go with
Justin, what'd you say?
I said 6.
Do you want to give me a real number, Josh, or you're just forfeiting and letting Justin go?
Let Justin go. I was my fuck up.
Well, in that case, Justin, it's up to you. Do you want to go first or second?
I guess I'll go first. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right. So, again, the question is, all the people that entered the 2020 Royal Rumble, Justin, go.
All right. Drew McIntyre.
Yes, I can accept it.
Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Edge.
Oh, shit, hold on. I got stuff falling on my table, but yes.
Now, are we only doing the men's or the men's and the women's?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is just dudes.
All right.
I only have the dudes ready. Good question, though.
Let me think of somebody else who's in the WWE right now. Seth Rollins.
I was about to say, like, okay, yes, he's accepted. I was about to say there's like 27 more. I'm about to stump you. Ready?
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. Yep, of course. Yep.
You know, the worst part is I watched this.
I would imagine. I mean, a lot of people did. Because of course, you mentioned the infamous Edge. Keith Lee having a great moment. Lesnar eliminating a lot of people. You guys mentioned some of the big moments here.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yep, I can accept it.
Okay. Sheesh. Damn, I just had somebody too. I was gonna say. Sheesh. Savage, Lesnar, Dracula, Lee. This is pathetic. Dang.
Many names I'm looking at here.
Shorty G.
Hold on. And your winner looks like it goes to Josh Johnson. I'm looking under Chad. I'm looking under Shorty. I don't got it.
Dang it.
All right, here we go. Hey, my next guest was on there at least.
People who we didn't mention: AJ Styles, Alistair, Baron, Big E, Braun, Cesaro, Elias, Rowan, Morrison, Anderson, Owens, Kingston, Gallows, Riddle, Miz, MVP, Orton, Mysterio, Ricochet, Rude, Reigns, Joe, Benjamin, Nakamura. All were acceptable answers.
Rude was going to be my guest, but for some reason I thought that he was hurt at that time, so I just picked somebody else.
Yeah, my next guess was Kofi because I'm like, there's always a Rumble and there's always Kofi. I don't think this was the year without Kofi.
Funny enough, there's no other wrestlers named Gable. That's funny. I don't know. I just found that fun.
So, yeah, I did it.
Match here. And the entire month of January, wrestled on SmackDown. Yep. Oh, he lost his Sheamus on the kickoff. And that is all he did that night. So, yes, indeed. Oh, then he left. I was like, geez, Justin. Yes, indeed. Josh is by the grace of the Royal Rumble of 2020. So, guys, I do got to give you both a lot of credit, though, here. First of all, in the normal game itself, 9 points on the board. 9 points on the board. And technically, oh, wait, you guys got all the other opponents. You either got it right or wrong. Well, you both had one right. So, you even got one of the bonus rights, I think. So, still a tremendous matchup from both here. Justin Matthews, any parting words?
Man, I gotta win one soon, man.
This is a
My
title.
37% record is starting to transition over to the trivia games too. It's starting to get pretty bad, and that's a true statistic. There, you can look me up online. I have a 37% chance of beating you in a match.
That's actually way better odds than I have, but apparently I won. Yeah. I'm Brandon Cutler of this thing. Yay, D&D and such, and I'm a dragon.
Oh, dragon, what else you got to say? Any parting words there, Josh?
Dragon was amazing, and he's gone, and we all miss him. And yeah, I won. Follow me, Princess Weird 17.
Well, listen, Princess, for Mr. Matthews, the professional wrestler, this is JPO Jordan Pierce Owens. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Like, subscribe, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Ding, subscribe, notifications. Good night.